Hey everyone, I'm John, and this is Games in 60 Minutes. This is the stream where I go through uh, the games in my Steam backlog that I've never had a chance to play before. I pick one at random and play it for 60 minutes, and then at the end of the stream, I kind of talk about my thoughts on the game before randomly picking whatever game I'm going to try out next. So tonight's episode is going to be a game called The First Tree, and this is a looks to be kind of a walking simulator. Actually, looks like a independent game. Looks independently published. But it looks really beautiful, and I can't wait to hop in and check this out. Without further ado, actually, why don't we go ahead and hop in and take a look? So it's funny. There's a part of me that I'm like right off the bat, I'm really kind of digging the sound in this. Definitely, is kind of giving off that very kind of a peaceful vibe. And actually, this is a really nice contrast to the last game I played, which was Shank. So this is this very bloody sort of beat 'em up kind of game. So I kind of like this contrast to a more what I assume is going to be a more tranquil game. But then again, you never know, right? Sometimes these things will sneak up on you. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop in. And I'm going to get the old timer started.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know, it seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes, I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
You know, it's nice to finally play a game where you're not being you can take your time and look around and it doesn't feel like you're about to lose out on something if you don't rush. I love the sound in this game, by the way. Oh no.
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected. She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other two children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers. The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
For the second time, I'm, kind of going along the path as the game says, but it kind of seems like there's nothing stopping you from running off in random directions, and there's definitely a part of me that wonders if how far the game lets you do that, or if you, eventually hit one of those like invisible walls or something. Huh. Oh, weird. They're like toys. They're like little swings. Huh. This looks like a slide over here. Oh, and there's one of those glowy things in there. Whee! I guess I'm supposed to dig this up?
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me, so I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friends had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
Broken vases. And there's an arrow. Well, there they are. They seem to highlight all these little shiny points of light, I guess, to kind of help you figure out where you're going. Yeah, broken vases, right? That's what that's what those blocks said, and then I ran up there and there were a few up there. I know the soundtrack and the sound in general is really nice. Very relaxing for sure. Found another point of interest. Oh, another thing to dig up.
Remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
Did a little pirouette there. Alright, so the jumping's a little floaty, but I can forgive that. I'm trying to figure out where I go next. I think there's some glowies over this way. And I think there's something up there too, but I can't tell, but I think there is. So I'm going to head this way first. Okay, yeah, there is definitely something up here. It really is beautiful. I agree. Hey, Slytherin chick. Glad you could join us. And yeah, you were spot on about the beauty of this game. It's like another thing to dig up here.
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived, called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. But after that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank and tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I'd pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Alright, so there's a little glowy thing up here. If I can actually make it up there. This is called the first tree. Ah! Let's try that again. Okay, so, there's a little ledge here. Got it. Okay. Nice having this vantage point to kind of figure out where else to, what other points of interest to hit. A Russian tank, interesting. Yeah, it's kind of weird how everything's in ruins up here. It's like the game's kind of telling like two different stories right now. It's funny, I made the comment earlier about staying on the path, and, you know, I quickly got proven wrong. This is kind of having you actually go all over the place, so that's pretty good. What just ran by me? Oh, hello, little rabbit. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Let's chase the rabbit. He's a fast little bugger. Alright, be free, little rabbit. So there's a shiny over here, but I thought I saw something over this hill, so I'm gonna take a little detour. Oh, a school bus. You know, the way everything's in ruin, there's definitely a more kind of disturbing undertone here, right? I mean, school bus, there's ruins of a playground, you see a broken down tank. Something not good happened here. And it also kind of seems like it happened a long time ago.
The older I got, the more I withdrew. I asked myself, why talk to anybody anyway? Why bother when I'm happy by myself? I started drawing a lot, mostly animals I saw in the woods by my home. I then imagined designing my own hideouts with things like TVs and pantries full of chips and cookies. I think that idea of leaving home and drawing blueprints started my career. I found a lot of solace in that.
I'm not surprised, but I did the same thing, you know? There's something special about having a place to call your own.
And now look at us. Well, if you count renting in an overpriced city.
It's as close as we can get for now.
I missed my jump. I'm hoping I don't have to do a whole ton of backtracking over here. Ah. Missed it again. Oh, come on. I am sad I cannot get this thing. Ah. Alright. So I've given up on that shiny. I'm just gonna move on. That looks like a Jeep down there. Alright, so a couple of things down there. Okay, that was odd. Okay, sudden transition to the next area, I guess. I mean, if I am in fact playing the dream that the guy talked about, then it's dream logic, it doesn't mean anything. Look at all those butterflies.
teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom, so I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me. He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us send a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Search area. Oh wow, I picked up butterflies. Look at that. Now I got shiny butterflies. Oh, I missed the, yet another jumping puzzle. Let's see if I can get this one. Oh no. I lost my butterflies. Come back, butterflies. I'm just no good at these jumping puzzles, apparently. Did I lose my butterfly? No, I want my butterflies. Come with me. We're gonna go on a journey together. Sadly, every time I jump, I lose the butterflies. Ah, well. Ooh, waterfall. Look at that. Yeah, I'm almost afraid to go careening down this thing. Even though there doesn't seem to be fall damage, but I'm gonna run down carefully just the same. Oh, there's more of those butterflies. And more butterflies. Now I have 6 butterflies. Now I have no butterflies. Whee! Nothing behind the waterfall. Okay. I wish I knew if there was a purpose to collecting these butterflies or not. So I'm supposed to get 3 sets of butterflies? Is that what it's saying? I guess the butterflies let you jump higher. Interesting. That's why they go away when I jump. Got it. Alright, I guess I gotta see if I can get 3 butterflies. It's actually kind of tricky, right? Because if I jump, I lose them, right? So I think the first thing I need to do is I need to get this pair up the top of the waterfall, because I have to jump to get those. So I obviously want to start with them, and then hopefully I can gather a couple of more. I remember passing a few more, so hopefully I can go back and find them. No! Ah! I messed up and double jumped, and that made them. That made it use the buff. All right, let's try this again. One jump only. There we go. All right, and now no more jumping. Alright, there's 2. Okay, there's one on top of that rock, and also I think I missed a glowy thing over here. Oh, but how do I get up here without jumping? Come on. There we go. Got it. Alright, I got my 3. Now let's hope I do this part right the first time, because I really don't want to have to collect these again.
That night and talk about how crazy it was, and I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me, but it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
There we go. I missed one of the glowies, but I'm not gonna get it and have to collect all those Butterflies again. I will just do without.
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Alright, another random scene change here. So, random soda can. Huh, the skateboard. Okay, I see some glowy things over here, so let's see if we can... Looks like some jumping puzzles here. Let's see if I can pull this off. Interesting, this one's a little bit... This is not a normal shiny. 0 of 3. Huh. Not entirely sure I understand the significance of what that is just yet. Maybe that'll become a little clearer. I mean, it seemed to me like it wanted me to collect something. I don't know. I don't know. What is this? Looks like a... Okay, yeah, I got it. So, a camp and a bedroll. Yes, sadly, there's no shortcut to get back up there. I gotta go all the way back over here. We'll take one more look at that and see if we can figure out anything else before I move on. No! I amly sad. Two in a row. Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time. Then I'm moving on. Alright, last chance. There we go. Alright. So let's take one more look at this thing. Hey, I got it. I got it. It wanted me to, like, I guess paw it, like, right at the right time. Alright, cool. Mystery solved. Alright, so that's one down, and judging from this light, where did I see that other light? Let me go back over here. There was another... There it is. I'm so glad my fox is invincible. It's one of those speak and spell things. Yeah, I'm glad too. I don't... This is not a game that I wanted foxes to be dying in. I do not want this sad. Not in this game. Alright, so we got... It's like a big shiny on top of that mountain. And we got something over here. Oh, and we do have another one. Alright, so...
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me.
I have to say, as someone who lost his dad around the age that this guy is definitely makes this a little depressing to listen to. So I'm trying to figure out where the third shiny is, because I keep getting distracted by the 2 I've already found. But I have not spotted... Aha! Here we go. Oh, this
My
is...
dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it. we were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes, the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
No trespassers. Well, I don't think there's anyone around to really care now. So I'm trying to figure out how to get up on this ledge, because if you look over here, there's a shiny, although I'm not seeing it now, but I saw it when I was up here. So hold on, I'm gonna climb back up here. See that shiny? I think that is new. But aha, okay, I think I can climb up this. Here we go. I feel like I'm playing Skyrim right now. Oh no, man, I'm so close. Don't make me, I'm so close to the top. Oh, come on! I was so close. Oh, weird. I think I hit an invisible wall right here. I had yet to do that. I'm starting to feel like I'm not meant to do this. Okay. Alright. I guess, it just doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm meant to go up there that way, so I'm gonna, I guess, see if I can get to the shiny from the other direction? Whee! Oh, got some shinies over here. Alright. Looks like I was right about going the other way. Alright, where'd you go? Aha! There you are. The elusive number 3. Really not sure where to go at this point. Or if I'm gonna get... if it's gonna spring another random scene change on me like it's been doing. I'm gonna check this out, although I'm guessing this is one of the ones I've already been to. But let's, I want to make sure it's not something new. How do I get to that? Okay, definitely not that way. You know, now I'm wondering if I just did a big circle. Bet you that's what I did. That's what I did. Sadness. Making sure I wasn't missing a map or something, but I was not actually expecting one. So I guess I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and see if something. I feel like I've unlocked something, you know, by completing those three things. And there was a little sound cue like something was opening up or something, but I didn't see anything. That's what I just did the circle back to, so I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I kind of wish those lights would stop shining once you've caught the thing. It's like a couple of shinies over here. And sadly, on that note, it looks like my hour is up. So I think we'll have to end it here without having solved the mystery of whatever the three things that I captured opened up. So definitely that was a pretty fun game. I you know, again I like the fact that I like this is what I love about indie games and the fact that you know get a lot of these sort of non-traditional games like this. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a gorgeous game. Um, I thought the sound was actually really well done too. That actually, I mean, between the soundtrack and just kind of all the background sounds and the running, and it's like everything was really well detailed, and I definitely thought it was a lot of fun. Um, I yeah, definitely something I think I could recommend, especially to people that really kind of get into this genre of game. Right, this to me like definitely seems like a um, really good one. Um, so it did say that the progress was saved at the beginning of the level. So notice there wasn't any prompts to like save the game or anything, but I'm guessing like those little scene switches, it'll at least put you back at the beginning of that. So if I do ever go back to this, then I won't have to at least start all the way over. Um, so yeah, definitely worth having a check out. So again, that was anybody wants to check this out. The game it's called The First Tree, and $10 on Steam. May be able to find it elsewhere as well, but yeah, and again, this is interesting. I'm not familiar with this developer actually. This David I think it's Welly how you pronounce it, but yeah, I like the fact that it kind of looks like one guy just kind of worked on this, right? Or at least it was kind of a self-published game. So again, it's cool see some, nice kind of quality games come out of this. You know, not just AAA games. All right, so on that note, let's go ahead and we're gonna consult the old randomizer, and then let's figure out what the next game is going to be. So let's see what the reveal is going to say. All right, next episode. All right, drum roll, please. What do we got? Dandara, Trials of Fear Edition. All right, this is another one I've never heard of. So let's take a moment to look this one up on the old Steam page. See what we got here. Society's on the brink of collapse. The people are on their knees. Your world desperately needs a hero to rise up and take on the oppressors. So, according to this is an action indie. It's a platformer and a Metroidvania. I don't think I've played any. I don't think I've played a retro or a Metroidvania since I've done the channel rebrand. So this will be interesting. I definitely, at least when I was much younger, I definitely played the original Metroid and Castlevania and some of those games. So definitely familiar with this particular genre. But yeah, it looks like this might be a good one. Definitely will be curious to check this one out. So yeah, we'll be checking that out. Again, for anybody new or anybody who isn't usually on these streams, I usually stream around this time. Usually every day or two. So probably either Monday night or Tuesday night, come about 9 or 10 o'clock Central. I will be back on. So, and feel free. You can follow me on Twitch if you haven't already, and get notifications on when I go live, and that'll make it a little bit easier to keep up with my streaming schedule. So on that note, I think I'll wrap it up for tonight. Thanks for joining, everyone, and I will hope to see everyone the next time.